Hi, this is Josie in Josie's Fun Kitchen. Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I make lasagna. These are all the ingredients. You can find the full recipe on my website at Josie's Fun Kitchen. I will put all the ingredients and the measurements down below. And before we move on, please subscribe, turn on your notifications, tell your friends about Josie's Fun Kitchen. And with that, let's move on. I'm just going to tell you what we're going to use. And you can cut this in half. I just like to make a lot of sauce, and once the sauce is cooking, I'm gonna prepare the mixture, the cheese, but I'm gonna make enough so I can use it for some stuffed shells. Okay, I have sweet Italian sausage. You can buy it already taken out of the casing, and I'm gonna do, this is 2 pounds, I'm gonna take the casing off and put that in a heated pan, which I'm starting to heat up. Just putting a little bit of olive oil, can't talk, olive oil in there. I have 2 pounds of ground beef, so it's really equal parts of meat. I like it that way. I chopped up a whole onion. We have some sugar here, some fennel, some Italian seasoning, some dried basil, and of course garlic. Garlic, you can go with 2 cloves, you can go with 8 cloves. You know what I did. Salt and pepper, you have a choice of either putting water in there or wine. I prefer wine, and this time I'm going to use red wine. I'm using a cab, plus I'm going to drink it. Got your lasagna noodles. So let's get started. Let me show you how you can cut the casing. You just do this. Cut this. So let me get this done, and then while the pan is heating, we'll get this ready. Put it on here. This is now heated up. I'm going to put it in the pan, let it fry up a little bit, and then I'm going to add the hamburger meat, and then we're going to fry that up. I'm going to drain the meat and then put it back. Actually, I'm going to drain the meat, and then I'm going to put the onions and the garlic in there, and then put the meat back in. So this is what the next steps are. Smash that up. Okay, take the 2 pounds of hamburger meat, put that in there. You can use 90-10. This is 80-20. So we're gonna get this going, cook this up. What's next? And of course, season in between. I'm doing salt and pepper here. A bit of salt and some pepper. Next step is to drain this. Some people don't, Josie does. While that's draining, let's throw a little bit of more olive oil in here. You can hear it sizzling. This is 1 large onion. I'm gonna saute this for a couple minutes until they get soft. Put the garlic in now, and it's going to get fragrant. So this takes about a minute. You never want to burn your garlic, because if you burn your garlic, if it starts getting brown, it's going to get bitter. Now, 1 cup of red wine. I'm going to make it nice and rich. Bring it up to a boil, and then let it reduce. Now it's time to put the meat back in. Dump that in there. Now we're going to add the sugar. Sprinkle that. The 2 teaspoons of fennel seeds. What I like to do, I like to crush them, release the special taste. Then we have Italian seasoning, which has sage, margarine, not margarine, but margarine, I would say margarine. Oregano, a bunch of that stuff, so it's all combined. And then you have dried basil. Pour all that in. Let's mix this together. Going to take tomato paste, 2 small cans of tomato paste. I have my 2 large cans of crushed tomatoes, 1 large can of tomato sauce, and this is where we're gonna add, this is gonna cook off. You wanna make sure you're using all of that sauce. Oh, and of course, I use my little Parmigiano Reggiano rind, or just Parmesan. Stick a rind in there. 1.5 hours. Bring it up to a boil and just let it cook because you want the sauce to be thick with lasagna. A little bit of salt again. Season as you go at each step. The sauce is smelling wonderful. I'm gonna make the cheese. I mean the filling. I grated Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, which is gonna be when we put everything together. But this mixture, we're gonna add 2 eggs to it. Some, of course, salt and pepper. And you see what I'm doing, it's about 1.5 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons. We have, I'm always dropping things. I have pre-sliced mozzarella cheese, some fresh parsley. Taste it, it's gonna look beautiful and taste beautiful. Take a handful, see that? I'm just gonna put it right in there. Mix that up. This is what it looks like. The water is boiling, ready to make the lasagna. Put about 2-3 tablespoons of kosher salt into the water. Remember, you're seasoning the water, and gently I'm going to put this lasagna sheets into this pot. And the box directions usually say about 8 minutes. I'm going to go probably 6. Make it very, very al dente. First things first, I drained the pasta noodles, and I had the lasagna noodles laid out like this. I took a plastic cutting board and I put some spray on it. Now, my ladle here holds about 1/2 cup. I'm gonna put, easiest way to do it. Now, let's do first I don't like that one. That one's gonna be, I'll layer the noodles. So you lay the noodles out. I'm covering each one so that they're layered. The next step is we're gonna take, me, 1/2 cup of the cheese mixture and spread it. About 1/2 cup, let's say 3/4 of a cup, because I have a bigger pan. Get some sauce going in here. Ooh. I'm going to use a spreader. There. Now, take some Parmigiano Reggiano, put it on there. Again, it could be 1/4 cup. But I just layer it. You're layering. Then take the take the mozzarella. There we go. And remember, the reason why I put it on the bottom here, underneath the mozzarella, is I don't want it to burn. There we go. You have to put a little bit of pepper. And a little trick. I sprayed some Pam or some, you know, I just call it Pam, but the little oil on here so that it does not, the cheese doesn't stick to the aluminum foil. I'll be back to show you when I take it out to see what it looks like. I know y'all want to be here in Josie's fun kitchen because it's fun. 30 minutes is up. Ooh, wow. Get this back in the oven. This looks fabulous. Okay, I probably had it in the oven. You gotta watch it. It depends on your oven. It depends on how big your pan is. But let's say after I took the aluminum foil off, it was in the oven and I increased the heat to about 400 degrees. Or you can put it on a low broiler if you want. So that was another 15, 20 minutes. So I'm gonna take some fresh parsley and I have some fresh basil. Just gonna rip it. Oh, this looks really good. Now we have to let this rest for another 15 to 20 minutes. So you can tell lasagna is not a meal that you can throw together in a weeknight, in my opinion. Unless you've already pre-made it. But let's let this sit for a little bit and then we're gonna do a taste test. Okay, we're ready for the taste test. Look at that. The cheese, the mozzarella, the ricotta. And I'm gonna put a little bit more sauce on top. Parsley up top.